This episode is sponsored by TXCitizen.com, local New Braunfels news that is exclusively online and completely free. Also sponsored by City Bakery in San Marcos. Fresh baked goods made daily such as pan dulce, cookies, cakes, and even homemade tortillas. Hello and welcome to another episode of Pop Culture Geekery. I'm Joe Solis, and today we're going to be talking about the annual event that's called Free Comic Book Day. So I just wanted to do this video because it's actually coming up this weekend, and I wanted to make people aware because it is a big deal for comic shops. So I wanted to give kind of a quick rundown, the history of it, why it exists, and then kind of let you guys know a few of the titles that are coming out, because they do have a lot of stuff that you can choose from when you go out to this event. So basically, Free Comic Book Day started in 2002. It's held every year since. It's always the first Saturday in May, which this year is going to be May the 4th. Like, May the 4th be with you. Yes, I know some of y'all don't like that, but I think it's cute. Anyway, so basically, comic shops have the choice whether or not to participate, as well as some local libraries. We did do it at our shop when we had our retail spot. So it does cost to get these books. They are heavily discounted, but just to let you know, there is still a cost associated with them for the shop. But then, of course, they in turn turn around and give these to you guys for free. Each store can designate how many free comics you can get, and it's usually just based on availability and what kind of traffic they're expecting, because the thing is, it's meant to draw in a lot of people to come to the shops. So it's a pleasant problem if you run out, but of course, you don't want to run out for people who are new to the hobby. So every year they designate two different groups of books, the gold books and then the silver books. I never officially looked up a reason why they're separated that way. The only thing that I could see as a retailer was the gold books had a higher requirement to order, versus the silver books had a smaller requirement to order. And usually the gold books, they cover the major the major companies. So this year there's 12 gold books and there's 39 silver books, for a total of 51 books for you guys to choose from. That's a lot of books. So I'm just going to highlight some of the ones that stood out to me. Every year I just kind of glance through the website and see what's coming up, and so that way I kind of know what I'm looking for when I go to the shops. So first up, there's a Doctor Who comic that features the new 13th Doctor, so that one should be a pretty popular one to pick up. Of course, there's an Avengers comic, which I'm sure is going to be a hot item now that Endgame is doing so well. And we also have a Bloodshot comic, which I know right now this is an unknown character, but for those of you who don't know, he is from Valiant Comics. They have a long history in the industry as well, since the 90s, and soon he'll be having a movie come out with Vin Diesel in the lead role of Bloodshot. So here's your chance to kind of get a taste for the character, because here's to hoping that this is the beginning of another great comic universe on screen. Then we have a Stranger Things comic coming out, which of course is just in time for season 3, which is going to premiere in the summer. We don't have to wait for the fall this time, so that's good. Every year there's usually a Pokemon book, and there is this year. Of course, I'm sure that one, it's Pokemon, it's going to be hot regardless, but with Detective Pikachu coming in soon, it's going to be taken out real quick. So they also have a Riverdale comic for those of you who are fans of the show. I know my wife's a big fan of the show. I personally have never really sat and seen an entire episode, but they've got that one for you guys. Another one that's usually out there are the Ninja Turtles. So it's nice to see them going strong. Every year there's more new stuff coming out for them. And for those of y'all who are Joss Whedon fans, and get frustrated for his series when they get canceled, he actually has what they call the Whedonverse in comics now, to where he basically has taken some of his stories and continued them in comic form A couple that are featured in this one here are Buffy and Firefly. So definitely pick that up if you're a fan of those shows. And then moving on to some of the silver books that I noticed, they even go into some manga offerings like My Hero Academia here, which I am still currently catching up on. It's an amazing anime. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. And I know the mangas, are pretty faithful, or vice versa, to the anime. Another one that comes out every year, I swear, he's always there, which I love because, he's one of my favorite characters that's not mainstream, and that's the Tick. So if you've never picked up a Tick comic, you got to pick it up. And if you've never seen, I know that they're in their third incarnation of a show now. We had the animated series, we had a live action series in the past, and there's a live action series out now. My favorite is the animated one. Definitely check it out if you never have. We do also get a Spider-Man offering, which again, we have Spider-Man Far From Home coming in the, Far From Home, not Homecoming, coming in the summer. And so of course, we got a Spider-Man offering here, and it highlights a couple of the characters that, are one just got known by the public really well, which is Miles Morales in the amazing movie Into the Spider-Verse. And it also looks like it features the villain Carnage on the cover, who was introduced in the end credit scene in the Venom movie last year. So, I can kind of tell that they're obviously pushing those characters, and I'm sure we're going to see Carnage in Venom 2 whenever they announce it. And then the last but not least, if you feel like reliving the 90s, they are re-releasing Spawn #1. And I'm talking the first one, like Spawn #1 from 1990, whatever, 92, 91, I forget. It feels, oh boy, that makes me feel old. Anyway, it's got a brand new cover, but inside it's still the awesome Todd McFarlane art. And, and there's plenty of collections too, that if you love this first issue, definitely go out and check out the rest of it. It's just, Spawn was always such a great read. But like I said, guys, there's just too many to review. So definitely go to the website. You can check out the rest of them there. The website is, freecomicbookday.com. And please go out on Saturday, March the 4th to support your local comic shop. And of course, while you're there, purchase a little something, while you're there. Of course, that helps them out. The whole point of this event is to help promote the industry and the shops, and to, help them gain business. And, remember all these amazing blockbusters we're getting. They all started here, guys. They all started with comics. So, this is just a way to help support the medium and let it continue forward, especially in an age of digital, when things in print are less and less available. So there's also lots of resources at the Free Comic Book Day website, such as a link that's, called Get Into Comics, which I know sometimes a lot of people struggle to find a starting point. But anyway, hope you guys get a chance to go check it out this weekend. And thanks to those of you who have subscribed so far. If you haven't subscribed, please consider subscribing. If you like this video, please hit like. If you want to comment about which books you're looking forward to getting this weekend, I know we're going to do a little road trip is what we normally do, because some of the shops, limit you to maybe 2 or 3 books. So that way, if you can't get one book at one shop, just jump on the website, look for the next participating shop, and head on over there. That's one of our little traditions we do, and it's a lot of fun, and it allows you to visit several different shops. So thanks again, guys, and hopefully we will see some of y'all this weekend in the comic shops. Bye, guys.